an engineer, a computer programmer, and a filmmaker, the three pillars of the universe. They have formed a consultant firm, and each episode they are contracted to solve the world's greatest problems. This is Important Business.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Fancy Wolf's weekly podcast, Important Business. I'm your host, Cameron Kennedy, and today I'm joined by my co-host, Taylor Robinson.
Howdy do.
That sound good?
That's good. That's great.
That's the voice of our other co-host, Ryan Koliakovo.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You're good.
I'm doing good. Hold on, don't talk while he's doing this.
This is our preteen episode of... Oh, sorry, I was talking over it.
That was great.
You're welcome.
This is our preteen episode of of Important Business, where we're getting ready. We're gonna be real angsty soon. When we're gonna be getting taller, we're gonna be getting hairier, we're gonna be getting hornier,
Wider.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what happens to teens. You hit 13, you become wide, hairy, tall, and
Full
horny.
of pimples.
Yep.
Because our next episode
Sweaty.
is episode 13 is why.
I said it was
happening.
episode 12. We were preteen.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said next episode.
And
They
you just
got
started
it.
talking about
They got it.
Our feet get hairy.
wide.
There's that.
Your feet get hairy?
I mean, they weren't hairy when I was a kid.
You have
Yeah.
how hairy are your
My
feet?
toes
Not
get
that
hairy.
hairy, but
Yeah?
like there's still hair on my feet.
I do. I get some hair on my feet, but I trim it down.
Yeah.
Just like I have to. It's same as like I don't have hairy hands, but there's a hair that grows on each of my ring fingers, just a short little one. And when I see it, I always think about it getting pulled on,
Oh,
and it's just a
You don't
painful
have hair on your
thought.
hands.
Like I have a little bit, but like not.
Wow.
dude, let's show a
yeah,
really
you have
close-up,
hairy fingers.
detailed
I have hairy
photo
knuckles.
of
You have
Cameron's
very
hands.
hairy knuckles. Jesus.
Yeah, I thought that was...
You also
Am I not normal?
you have hobbit feet.
Yeah.
Like-
Big time.
That's just
Let's put a
thing we're
picture up in
right now.
post of those feet.
Post feet
We'll
photos
put-
online.
We'll put
You can only
Cameron's
get
hands.
Ryan's feet photos on his OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah. So we should.
up?
You know what? Let's start with that grow capsule shit.
Oh, yeah.
I can't
Oh,
wait
yeah.
until we're done with this package
All
of
right,
grow
it's
capsules.
gotta be a line. I feel like we haven't had a line in a bit.
Do you guys think this segment will
This was
continue
like
once
3
we're through
episodes
this?
ago.
Once we're through this package, do you think that this segment will continue?
Well, you remember the promise
Well, I'll
we
buy
made if none of
another
us
one.
get it, right?
We have to eat one,
Yeah. Anyone
which
who
means
doesn't
we have
get
to
one
leave.
right,
We have to leave the last 3 in case none of us get it. How close are we?
This is going to destroy my insides.
Let me see. Let me see. How many do we have left?
Oh,
We have time.
yeah, we got
Yeah.
time.
We got
We
some
got
I'm
time.
going with a line.
What was it last time?
I think it was Kudu.
Kudu. And were we still going in order? So I'll say monkey.
Sure.
I'll say monkey.
I'll
Hippo.
say anteater.
You know what? Because there's probably new people listening,
Oh yeah, for sure.
or people that don't recognize this segment because
We
it's been
should
going on
explain
so
it
long.
every
It's so
time.
confusing. Yeah,
There's definitely new people.
I usually don't explain it because I want to get past it.
Right.
Ryan bought
No,
some
it's
animal
so
grow
sweet.
capsules. They're these little plastic capsule things that are colorful, and inside is a foam animal. And
It'll
There's-
expand when you put it in water.
yeah, when you put it in hot water, it expands. And so we do that. We all take bets on what it is, and if one of us gets it right, we can put something into the Hall of Fame at the end without having to debate.
which is our just Hall of Fame of anything.
We should explain a lot of this stuff.
We explain Hall of Fame when we get to Hall of Fame. I do that every time.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right, T minus
What'd you say?
however long it takes to dissolve.
I said monkey.
Right. And you said lion and I said anteater.
Yeah.
Stand
Great.
eater. Can this one go faster? Because I kind of just want to.
This one will go faster because it's very hot water.
Yeah, I just kind of. Can you squish it? Can you get it to go instant?
I mean, you could break the capsule open.
Yeah, because I. hate
It's just
waiting
a
till
sponge on
end
the
for this thing.
inside, so like you could always pull the capsule in half.
I think I don't even know if I. I think I wouldn't hate this segment as much if I had more patience. But when I take bets on it, I just want to see right away. Like, imagine going to the casino and you place a bet. It's like, we'll find out in an hour.
Back to the table in an hour.
Yeah. We have to let it sit for a little while.
I mean, that's kind of how like lotteries are like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you buy a ticket and you wait till
Sounds
the
awful.
draw happens or whatever.
At least on that, though, I guess in lotteries, some of them you do choose numbers.
Yeah, like the actual.
I guess I
like,
was
big
just
win
thinking of
lotteries
like
are
scratch tickets, but
Yeah,
yeah.
scratch tickets you would find.
God, yeah, no, I hate the idea of
Yeah,
that.
you bet on the numbers. It's the exact same as the
awful.
lottery.
Yeah.
But you don't need a gambling permit.
Lottery doesn't sound good.
Wait, what did you
Just
say,
digging
Ryan?
his fingers in this.
You don't need it.
How hot is that?
Ryan just said you don't
Ryan,
need a
you need-
gambling
it's not
permit.
bad.
What is that?
Okay.
What is a gambling permit? What are you talking about?
Like a license to operate a lottery.
Yeah, you do.
No, but I'm saying this is like a lottery, but you don't need a permit.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you said a lottery.
There's nothing really on the line. I guess on the line is our health.
I think I'm getting like melted plastic in my fingers.
I guess we never make.
You're not
we
reaching
do
into
get the
magma.
guests
It's
to lie.
warm water. You'll be fine.
We have the guests guess. So that should that mean that any guest that has gotten it wrong also has to eat one?
Yeah, they
No,
did.
they only
call
got
them
one
back in.
chance though.
That was in the terms and
So
conditions.
they only have to
agreed.
eat like 1/10 of one. They have to take a bite out of one.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna melt some of the
Feel like-
plastic.
Is Shauna the only one that's guessed? Was Hannah away by the point that
Hannah would have guessed.
did she? She was on episode 3 and 4.
I'm pretty sure we started this in like 2.
Really? God. I'm sorry. You've had to listen to all of these.
I think so. I think I
Really?
started this really early.
Okay.
Okay, it's coming out. It's coming out of its shell.
Yeah.
I feel like we're lingering even longer on this segment because now we're
I
going to
mean,
wait for
I
Ryan
don't mind when we're
to finger it.
when we're actually talking about stuff. I just hate where it's like, let's all name an animal, and then we
And then we like leave.
and then kerplunk as we drop it into the jar of hot water.
Okay, it's coming.
It's coming.
I swear to God, it's like half out of the cap.
Do you think what
You
you're
have
doing
it
right
over
now
water,
is
what do you
gonna? Do you think Ryan can be? What are the type of doctors that specialize in people giving birth?
Wet
I feel like
nurse.
this. Yeah, Ryan's kind of like a wet nurse, right? now.
Ew, this plastic is like sticking to my fingers.
Yeah, that's gonna be what the.
So you're saying Ryan will deliver baby?
What is that? The placenta?
You're saying, is that a placenta?
No, the goop.
Ew.
What's the
The afterbirth?
equivalent for Ryan?
I have no
Man,
idea
I should
what you
know
mean.
more about how birth actually works.
Yeah, you're a woman.
I'm very aware of everything up until the birth is happening. We didn't cover that in school.
That's true.
I heard a lot of people watch videos on like they actually watch a birth.
yeah.
They didn't do that with us. They talked about everything up until the person's pregnant.
I've heard it's wild.
They don't actually.
you
Now
ever
that I'm
been
thinking
there?
about it, I know nothing about actual birth besides what's been mentioned in conversation or what's in a movie or a
Go to the
show.
IWK and ask if you can watch one. Like, go to one of the observer rooms and just see if you
I
can.
don't want to watch a kid get birth.
You also can't
looking
do
for
that.
children.
There's no way
Also, kids
that
don't give birth.
Looking for babies specifically.
I'm looking for fresh ones. I don't want any days.
Is that like an elephant or something? What is that?
I think I got it right.
Is it an anteater?
It's not a monkey.
I think it's an anteater.
Sure, it's not a
Bullshit.
monkey. Looks a lot like a
I
monkey
think
to me.
someone else should verify. Ryan's biased.
Mine's dabbing it in the water. I don't like that you're using 2 fingers in that cup.
Works better than.
Twice as wide.
He's doing it like this too. Like
Oh, I saw it.
no, it wasn't like that. You had your fist down, 2 fingers out while you're going in. What is it?
Yeah, it kind of does look like the anteater.
That looks like nothing to me.
Looks. I know it.
Yeah, but like the diagram
If
of
you
the
look at all
anteater.
the other ones, there nothing else looks like this except.
Why is the
anteater.
tail so small? Are you sure it's not a?
So I think this is. I think it goes this way.
Is it not a zebra with a broken head, or
I don't think he broke.
that doesn't look?
Let me
like-
see the. Let me see.
Because we sped up its birth.
It's
defective.
deformed.
Yeah, I guess it didn't.
You also
sit in the oven
fucking
long enough.
flattened it, dude.
I think this is an elephant.
Let me see.
It's not an
Let me see.
elephant.
Can I
I
just see?
think
Let
that's an elephant.
me see.
Get the fuck out of here. It's-
Give me that.
I think that's an elephant.
Give me that. Let me- Hold them up. Let me see this.
This is good. A good audio episode.
I think that's an elephant.
Mm. From that nub, it's not an anteater.
Yeah, like I'm
the,
saying.
the anteater doesn't have that nub.
That's an
Keep
elephant.
showing me. I don't know if it's an elephant
Maybe a
though, because the
hippo.
head looks
Maybe
fucked.
either a rhino or an elephant.
The head is completely fucked.
How about we leave it in the water and let it
Let it
continue to burn?
Maybe a
Maybe
rhino.
we shouldn't have sped up the birth process.
No.
By Ryan
I mean, I can
fingering
see
a
right,
glass
like-
of water.
you can see right here where he ripped it.
We shouldn't play God like this.
Ryan was. That's why he's going so aggressive in there. He's just like forming. He's trying to rip the head apart. Like, oh, it's an anteater. I got it right.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
No,
but
we
I'm
shouldn't
sorry,
do
it's
that.
not
That's
an
where you
anteater.
tore the head.
We'll wait. We'll see if
Fucking
that
cheater.
forms anymore.
I think you guys squished it a lot, so I don't know if it will now, but maybe.
Also, we never set a timer on this episode.
I got one. Well, I got like my recording has one.
Right. Okay. Cool.
All right.
Yeah, but so we've had an episode in between, episode 11 that we recorded halfway through the Valentine's Day one being made. You weren't there on that.
I know nothing about it.
You know nothing. So we're gonna spend this episode recapping it for you, so you can get caught up to speed.
That sounds great. I'm glad that the listeners are here for that.
We need your opinions on some of the things.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll critique it. Let's play it live, and I'll just live commentary. How's that?
We'll play it off screen though,
yeah.
and no one will be able to hear it.
Just even better. Yeah, no one can hear.
But I think we should. I don't know. How'd you guys? How were you guys happy with how the episode went? The Valentine's Day one.
I was very happy with
I
it.
loved it.
Yeah, I had a lot of. I think literally until February 13th into February 14th, I was up late finishing putting it together.
Yeah.
I think 3 a.m. was like, okay, it's exported. I can start uploading.
Yeah, you were.
It was not until around then I was like, okay, I think I'm happy with it then.
Yeah.
Just because beforehand, when it was just a bunch of little segments, like I almost cut. I told Ryan I was going to cut the Office Office part.
Right.
And if I did that, then it's not like it was a long segment, but still something that we would have lost. And
Yeah,
I was like, God, there's a lot more relying on.
to have 3 couch segments and then 2 like separate small segments,
And then
and that'd be it.
the last one, the last segment, the game show one is half the episode.
Yeah. I noticed
It would have been more of the episode then. So it was a little bit like, oh shit, there's more relying on that stuff if there's stuff that gets cut. And I also did not know how the one with Tyler was going to turn out, the dating game show.
I was very happy with that.
That one, because if I had to cut that, then fuck. It would have been real rough.
Everything involving like Tyler turned out better than I actually thought it did, even from the recording. During the recording, I was like, "This is pretty funny." It was like even better than I thought it was.
I had higher hopes. I think both of us probably, when we were setting stuff up for that, had higher hopes.
Yeah.
Then recording, I was like, all right. And then after it was done and actually edited, I was like, okay. It went. I had high expectations, then very low, and then it was like, oh,
very low.
Yeah, just okay. It's a 2 or 3 minute thing.
Yeah.
It was over 20 minutes long. You guys were setting those lines.
Right.
So I had no context until I was editing of like, what does it sound like when one of you guys says something and the other responds? Like,
right.
The thing was a joke and there was no timing. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, because you guys hadn't like read the script until that day. So
I didn't even read it. I just was like, "Tell me my next
yeah,
line." and
that's what I
I'll
mean. It's like
repeat
we were
it
just
over and over
feeding
till I
you
do that.
lines as it was happening. So
I didn't like the couch changing so much. I wish we kept
neither.
that first
I mean,
set.
part of that
Really?
was
I actually kind of liked it.
Really?
Just because it was kind of funny. Because every time it came back to us, it's like, okay, they moved. I guess. Like I thought.
I guess,
that was
yeah.
Funny.
Sure. But it was still
I
around
didn't
the
mind
same
the
couch.
change up of look in some ways, but
Yeah.
I do think that we started off with it looking the best,
Very strong.
and by the very end, it's like, okay, this is just nothing.
I think I like the most, not even necessarily the fact that the background changed, but the elevation changed. By the very end,
Yeah.
you're almost looking like down on us, and I thought that was pretty funny.
Because we didn't want to move the couch anymore.
yeah, I like that actually.
Pain.
Yeah, with I think what I would want to do in the future is like the Office one looked like crap, and so that's why I use those garbage looking photos to make it more Tumblr fan fiction-y looking. But yeah, I do think we started off with it looking so good, and we had all those rose petals and all those candles and the fireplace going, and
The red lighting.
I'm wondering. I think I remember to put fireplace sounds in there.
I don't remember.
Just thinking that out. I think they're in there. I think they're just very quiet.
Yeah.
But I do think that we had the issue of it took us longer to record than we thought it would take, and it was your guys' living room, and so we couldn't. It's not like we can just leave things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like a week.
And it takes a while to set up. So, but I would like that's in general kind of what I would want more regular episodes to look like. Not that,
Yeah.
where it's a mess, but that level of visually stuff going on,
Yeah.
visual interest on screen.
I love the one-off things though. They
What
were
do you
fun.
mean?
Like
The
the little
individual
one-off
segments?
The music video and the
Any of the segments.
Your segment for the 10 tips and tricks, have a kid, was by far my favorite.
Yeah.
I had to pause the video because I was laughing too much.
It's good.
It wasn't just
Yeah, I guess you
the
didn't-
point.
Yeah,
it
you
was
didn't know
also the
any of it.
delivery.
Another thing, but
delivered
you had no context until we started recording. For every segment we did,
Yeah.
you didn't know what was going to be happening for the segment
No.
until it was happening.
Anything
Yeah.
you weren't in,
Yeah.
you had no idea what was happening.
No,
Unless I was in
even-
the shot, I didn't know what was
I get like anything Taylor's not in, he didn't know until he watched it.
Yeah.
Anything he is in, he didn't know until it was being recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I guess you had no
And even
context.
when even the things I was in, I didn't know how to be edited.
Yeah,
Right.
True.
You know, like even at that, which still makes a huge.
It was so rushed, some of the edits. Like, I also realized the audio, free audio service that I use for getting sound clips, not the best selection. Like, I'll try and find some sounds for something. It's like, okay, I found one good audience sound. The rest are so inconsistent that it's like, okay, then they all have to be
I
inconsistent.
loved, what was it? Right after you said the name of the game show, Hook Me Up, I'm Lonely, and then it shows that one audience member who's just screaming at the top of her lungs.
Yeah, that was one that I knew.
Oh, I loved that. That killed me.
I guess I don't want to recap everything we did.
Yeah.
At the same time, like, what would you guys change? Because I do think we want to do more stuff like that again.
Yeah. I would just, if I had to change anything from it, I guess maybe the last segment being shorter.
I agree with that.
Because I
want
liked the
to
last
do-
segment, but like the punchline had a 20-minute build-up. You know,
That
or
wasn't
something, you know
necessarily
what I mean?
supposed to be the punchline, though, because I think Ryan and I talked about it before, and we want to do that as its own set of videos of that type of Price is Right game, turn it into something else,
Yeah.
and edit them down to like 5 or 10 minute things.
Yeah, yeah.
If it was edited with all like the middle stuff cut out and everything,
Yeah.
it'd be way
Yeah.
shorter.
Yeah.
Which I think we'd have to figure out a different way of filming it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But that is something where I want to do that more, and I want to figure out what to do with that. And that was more like a lot of this episode was also testing to see, like, okay, Ryan definitely enjoys making music for this stuff.
Mm.
I was going to write a song for that episode.
Mm-hmm.
I decided I had the background music, a part of it written. I was like, I cannot get this done in time. So that was cut.
Yeah.
But I do want to do more stuff like that. And I want to see like the music video that I can't believe Ryan's editing for it. I was very surprised at how well it turned out. Nothing against you. It was that we shot it over 2.5, 3 hours,
Yeah.
the whole music video. And most of that was travel.
Yeah. Well, it was like 6 or 7 shots.
Yeah. Well, there was very little on it, and he got a lot more out of it than,
Yeah.
like we were cutting stuff as we were going through.
Yeah.
Because it was fucking cold out.
Yeah, dude. The last shot when I'm outside, my hand is like dead. It's absolutely dead on my hand.
Even the
1 minute into the music video, Sammy goes, "He's not even touching the guitar strings." And I was like, "Yep."
just forgot.
also the even the guitar strap, like part of why it took so long was like anything that's shot in my bedroom with the colorful lights. We shot that right after we finished the other episode. It's like, okay, let's get out of here. And then we went to the guitar, or like the music store. I bought a guitar strap, and then we went to Ryan's parents' place so we could shoot some stuff in their driveway. And
It was my mom's car.
it was in fact Ryan's mom's car for it.
God.
But yeah, God, that was that. Like we were gonna do it in my the parking behind my place, but my neighbor was out working on their like deck or something,
Ugh,
and so it was like
working on their deck
so-
in February.
it wasn't their deck, but like they're out in a t-shirt. It was weird.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
It like it was just beneath their deck, but it was around their deck. Is what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like, but yeah, they're working outside, and so it's like I do not want to film Ryan and Shauna poorly making out on this vehicle while I film it when I don't know these people.
They're not making out; they're mouth kissing.
They're mouth kissing. Sorry, yeah. So we went to Ryan's parents' place instead, and that's what I was so worried about. Like one of them just poking their head out the window to see what. Because if still we got there and we also rushed out of there because that was so
Yeah,
awkward.
we did. I want to see them on Sunday. I think they're gonna have seen it by then.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The only person that's heard of any of this stuff is my brother.
Oh my gosh, I posted that on my Instagram story.
Yeah.
Just like the
I avoided
tweet about it.
Instagram because it's like some of my
know.
followers are now. It's like I
didn't
don't want
care.
them watching. Not
And-
that like I don't want them watching, but at the same time, like it's very difficult. Some people that follow me on there that I do know see my stories. It's like they have no context for anything in a long
I
time.
had seen who's seen it, and it was like some
People we went to like high school
Yeah,
with,
yeah,
or
yeah.
some people that I knew through things very vaguely that follow me. Like if it's some random person, I don't care. If it's someone that I was acquaintances with for 2 years or something and I haven't seen them in 5,
Yeah.
then it's weird. Because it's just that level of they know enough about you that if they don't get the context, then it's just awkward. But you did have your boss saw it at work, right?
I posted it. Hold on.
Okay.
I had posted it, and then that night I got a message that said my grandmother had reacted to my story, and she sent me like the celebration like confetti.
Oh, nice.
I don't
She's
even
happy.
think
She knew you
how
finally
to.
kissed someone.
Is this the
Yeah.
grandmother keeps emailing me spam?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, yeah.
What didn't it turn into porn she was sending you?
I don't know. I don't click the links. They're scam links or virus links. Not like
I
malware.
started seeing the weirdest. Like every so often, I'll go into like a shady website to watch like a new episode of a show that came out that I missed it as it was airing.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not gonna buy the whole season of this for one episode.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and I saw the weirdest new ads that they were almost pornographic, but there was nothing actually sexual. It was just them talking about it, and it was for a survey, and I was so confused watching it. It was the weirdest shit I ever saw. But I'm off track now.
My boss.
But
My
yeah,
boss
your
saw
boss.
it, and he thought it was. He came up to me and he was like, "Oh, so did your girlfriend see the video you made?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Did she like it?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Did she like the video you made for her for Valentine's?"
God, that's so
I was
painful.
like, no. Well, this wasn't for her. It was more like just a thing we were making.
Oh my god, you should have. Did you mention it was a joke?
No, because someone cut us off in the middle, and he like went to do something else.
Oh no.
So
See,
So wait, did he
he's-
see any of it?
He saw
saw, like,
a small part of it.
he saw part of it before the
He called
punchline.
me. He called me
happened.
the singing cowboy the entire day.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Well, if he even knew the title,
See,
it would be
that's what my
obvious as a
fear
joke.
is.
Yeah, well, he just saw. Like,
That's
a
what my
snippet.
fear is for some of the
Off
stuff,
someone
of
else's
someone
thing.
not understanding. We had the idea in January of like, hey, let's make something for this, and the whole idea originally was like, oh, there's a Valentine's Day episode. Sorry, well, we're gonna post the day before Valentine's Day. Ended up being on Valentine's Day, but
We need more
let's
time.
have Ryan cover a song so people can play it for their loved ones to get them in the mood. And then you're like, oh no, I want to write a song. And then it's like, okay, well, if we're going to do that, let's have some Valentine's Day themed things. It's like, okay, let's dress up the set a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it kept going from there. And so we want to do more themed episodes in the future, but
Like
we want
Easter.
to do it like over the course of more than a couple of weeks for coming up with the idea and then episode airs.
Yeah.
Especially because there was other things we were working on. So it was only like really 2 weeks of putting it together. And I think it was a couple of days to actually be able to edit any of it.
So hear me out. For the next holiday, we mix WrestleMania with the Easter Bunny, and we just kind of go from there.
WrestleMania WrestleMania is in March, right?
Is it? I don't know. I just kind of made that up.
No, that's the Super Bowl.
No, that's
Nope.
in January.
No.
Or is
Nope.
that, or is that February?
That's February.
God, I always assume I used to think the Super Bowl was in March, and every year it's earlier than I think.
Yeah.
So I just assumed end of January.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is my fear of like someone watches a minute of it, it's like, oh, they made this very cringy video of Ryan singing. Because what I said was like, when you write this, don't write it as a joke, write it as an actual
Yeah.
love song,
Yeah.
like not a purposely shitty one, but just go for it so it's just cringy enough.
Yeah.
And so after you first sent me the lyrics, it's like, okay, no, we have to go through this and make
I
it more.
sent you like the first draft.
Yeah, it's like, okay, no, here's some parts that we need to change because like it was too like
I
it
sent
wasn't
you-
obvious enough that it was. I wonder. I can look up what
I sent you like raw audio too.
I can
without,
look
like,
up what
auto-
some of the changes that we-
without like of the just the first part before the chorus
Yeah.
with like no auto tune or anything like that.
Yeah. So all you haters out there, like my brother, there was a tasteful amount of autotune there.
Did he think it was too
wasn't-
much?
No, he was like, hey, Ryan should have used autotune.
There was autotune.
Exactly, there was. And we're like, but we're not trying to make him sound like T-Pain here. We're just trying to make it so it sounds like.
What
just
was
normal.
the? Maybe I'll look up right on the lips. That will probably find it.
Yeah, you don't say that phrase very often.
What?
I think it would. January
Say, here's
3rd.
right on the lips.
Yeah, but the lyrics say it right on the lips.
I present right on the lips, January 3rd.
Oh yeah, I did say that.
So I guess we had a little bit more.
You just said
So-
you wouldn't say that.
You literally, that's the thing is because I didn't start planning anything until like 2 weeks after this. We were at a party. When did we come up with this? We were at your brother's place when we had the idea.
You had a birthday party. But you weren't at.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I was getting work done. That was the end of January, was it?
Yeah.
So we were at something where we came up with the idea. I can't remember. That's like, oh, we should do this. Let me think. There must be lyrics before this thing.
It basically had everything except for Right on the Lips, My First Kiss. Or no, it had Right on the Lips. but
Oh,
it didn't have,
actually,
My
I did
First
send you the
Kiss,
Barry White
like-
guy that we paid for that you also had to fix up audio for because he was.
Oh, yeah.
God, he
It wasn't worth the money.
There was someone that we found that like we wanted a Barry White impersonator for the opening.
He was the opening.
It was the opening.
It was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
opening, but all the ones we found were so bad, except for one guy who was really good,
Oh yeah.
but he was really expensive. And I went through the other ones. It's like, God, I need this for the opening. Like, I know that I want this.
Yeah.
And so it's like, fine, I'll pay him. It'll be worth it to me.
Yeah.
We get the audio, and it's like, this guy half-assed this, or he's really aged since he put this up because
Yeah.
it's an older
Oh,
guy.
Yeah, yeah.
So monotone and not that deep of a voice anymore. And I was
Oh.
like, this is not good. Like,
How much did you pay for him?
I don't want to say.
Was it a lot?
It was similar to the price of when we bought that thing for Ryan before as a surprise on that celebrity.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was around that.
All right, so
Oh.
I had to go touch it up. I made him deeper. I gave him a little more
I was gonna say he
range.
sounded fine.
Yeah,
Like,
he was
It
sounded
was,
fine
and
after
part of
I
it was
did
as well like the guy was a cheapskate with how much he was charging.
yeah, yeah.
But like whatever. Let me see. You said I want to have a
I
prototype
paid
before
$30 for my beat, and I'll
show
say
it to
that
you.
proud and loud.
But I'll give you the title. It's called Right on the
because
Lips.
that's a lot less.
Finish blah blah.
And it was an entire beat.
Oh wait,
versus,
maybe
like,
maybe what you're
15
sending
seconds
here
of
is just the
audio.
lyrics. I know it's the WAV file.
I cut that like.
Dude, it might be
by,
too
like,
subtle.
I
Oh
only
yeah,
used
okay, yeah.
2/3 of the.
So
song.
you said
Oh.
God, and then you sent me the link. I present Right on the Lips. Has watermark right now. Have to buy the beat.
Oh yeah.
I tried to do a country accent, but it just sounded like a bad Goofy impression.
Yeah, so I didn't do it.
And then I responded, I was laughing and stuff. I was like, dude, it might be too subtle. He said, that's exactly what I was thinking. And I said, like it better than a lot of people we know. Like it's better than a lot of people we know who try shit like this being fully serious. Your mom's car is so funny.
Oh, it was at your party, the party at your house, because I remember you saying you got to do it. like,
December 7th?
I think so.
Really? That early? I don't think it was December 7th. There's no way that you did this January 3rd. We both sent things about it. And then it was something related to New Year's.
Oh yeah.
It must have been maybe a New Year's Eve thing. Where were we New Year's Eve? What did we do New Year's
It
Eve?
was
Jesse's.
Jesse's.
We talked about it at Jesse's.
Yeah. Great. Thanks, everyone. Oh jeez. I'm sorry.
You said I had a whole other song that still might come up with, but I want to make your time on that one. Are you gonna work on that one? I
Yeah,
said
well-
even if you
well-
made it tongue kiss or something. And then can you send me the lyrics? Oh yeah, verse 1. Well, it's a dark Friday and moonlit town tonight. Sitting at the bar drinking away my pride. Okay, that's all the same there. I think it was the chorus. Lay down on the hood of my mom's car, hold your hand and look up at the stars, and then you and I would kiss. Lay down on the hood of my mom's car, hold your hand and look up at the stars, and then you and I tongue kiss right on the lips. Something's different.
The last line. It was my first kiss. I changed it to my first kiss because that was like a joke that I could chuck in.
Okay, yeah, that's where I said change, and then you and I tongue kiss too. That's how I had my first kiss. Because yeah, that was very much needed for
Yeah.
God. It was so because I have the audio file. We won't play it, but like it was
So I was just trying to just go serious. Like I'm actually
yeah, because
trying
it
to
was
make
like it was like we know that you're not poetic
Yeah.
in this way. Like if
Yeah.
you try and write a love song, it's gonna turn out badly, and that'll be the joke.
You could put the raw early first draft audio on like a fans only page,
Could put on a
Good.
your
Yeah.
fans only page, with
or
hook
the
that
uncensored version of the fanfic reading that I did.
could do that.
Charge a lot.
I forgot
'cause
it.
don't
Wait,
want
I
anyone
have
to
not
hear that.
deleted anything for that. For the
Okay.
that's still in my Google Drive thing of the
Sammy told me
all.
that she wanted it to be released. I don't want it to be released.
no.
but,
There's some awful.
There's a reason why there's whole sentences that are censored. It's because you don't
I
want to hear what
over
I'm saying.
censored it mostly because
It was funnier like that.
sure, but there's also pieces of context in there that was like
Yeah, for sure.
it's like okay, I think I censored maybe
You censored the word knees at one point.
I did. I censored the word knees, and I think
Which
I don't
it,
remember
but it
if
was
I
important
censored
because the whole sentence was very clear if you didn't.
there was
'cause I
also
knew what the
something
sentences were.
around when he was reaching between someone's legs, and it was like okay, well,
Yeah.
only so much that can be going on here. So I have to censor a little bit more around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, what was that we would want to change for the future? That
I'd like to do more short scripted stuff.
me too.
I like
Yeah.
and it was nice to film that.
I am very excited for one that we have planned that I think we'll work on slowly over time, and I want to have it done like almost a month beforehand, like shot.
At least a month beforehand.
Yeah, or I mean, but a bunch of segments for it. But I mean, the
Yeah.
parts connecting it together. I want shot a month beforehand so that we have time to fix it up. And
Yeah.
Well, also, like, I don't know what it was like filming those other bits that I wasn't in, but as far as filming the parts with Tyler and then the fanfic, because they were so well structured in advance, that took like no time to film,
sure.
which is good.
That's
And, like in a good way.
my top 10 was fully scripted. I just sat in front of the table and just read it off.
Yeah.
And it was so
Which is
fast.
what I mean. So if we're over here filming one of these and we already have one fully scripted and we have the equipment, okay,
Yeah.
we're done. Set that quick thing up. We can film it. Like we can do them
Just, like,
as
set
we're
up,
already
sure.
recording something else, and then we have individual bits to throw together later for
Just
a
getting
complete
everything
episode.
set up, because usually it's pretty specific what we want for the
Yeah.
setup.
Yep.
But yeah, having it scripted was way
Yeah,
nicer.
yeah.
Yeah, which is
Especially because
and-
you're not that funny at improv, so like
I mean, half the lines I said were improv versions of the script, so
That's not
maybe if you
improv.
read the
That's
script, it'd be funnier.
it's like making it your own thing. That's
yeah, there we go. That's close enough.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I want to try and get weird with, and I definitely think we know how. I think Ryan and I talking about this before, and it's like this is what we generally want the show to be more like. We can't do that every week, but we want
No,
to make
hell
stuff
no.
more like that.
Yeah. Unless you all subscribe to our Patreon, and then we can
No,
put
no,
our
no.
jobs.
OnlyFans.
Our OnlyFans.
Our OnlyFans, where you'll find
Yeah.
our nudes and uncensored versions of
We
our audio.
record episodes like that naked.
We actually, this is our second time recording this episode. We word for word recreate it fully clothed.
Yeah, this is one scripted. We're just reading the transcript.
Yep. Everything's already been done.
Script.
But yeah, okay. Yeah, so I think we just want to do more of those smaller and one-off random things a little.
They're fun. Well, that's like what we used to do anyway.
Yeah, that is the weird thing of like we recorded a lot of stuff growing up. We talked about this a little bit last episode with Shauna, but we did that from when we were like 11
Yeah.
until
Whenever I came
17,
back, we started
18.
right up.
Yeah, maybe 12.
Yeah, I'd say 12. Ryan was
12
back
to 18ish around, and you weren't really there the last year because it was stuff that I was doing with Ryan and some other people that school related. But then when we went off to university, we just stopped.
Yeah.
And Ryan did not like being on camera
No.
at all. Oh no, we did film stuff when we went to university. Ryan doesn't know movies, but it's like, okay, let's not do
get Ryan
let's not do anything scripted. Let's just do these things. Ryan has to get drunk to be on camera now.
Because it was cool to be drunk.
And then the second time he did it, well, not even just that. It was actually entertaining. Some of the
Yeah.
The second time we did it, where we tried to go even further in, and Ryan was covered in gold body paint, no shirt on. We were supposed to look
Now
like
that's on our OnlyFans.
look like that's on.
Ryan basically
that's on
looks
YouTube.
like a naked Golden Globe, like human.
No, the Oscar. He was supposed to look like the
sorry,
Oscar, but
right.
he's still wearing
He's not a globe.
He still had blue jeans on top of it. You got your chair and your pants had so much gold body paint, and you had gold eyelashes on, a little gold hat.
Yeah.
That you hadn't been dating Shauna that long before that.
She knew very early on what she was getting into.
She
Clearly.
understood.
Yeah. Especially I have a video clip of it that I might be able to just put up on the video version of this right now of you talking and you're holding the trophy and you're talking to the camera. I'm off screen like recording and you're so serious, and that makes it way funnier that that's the only part that exists because the episode turned out so badly.
Yeah, I got way too drunk.
You get too drunk and you were trying to make jokes.
Yeah.
And the whole joke was
Yeah.
supposed to be originally like, oh no, you're just very
It should just be shorter if we're gonna do that next time. I can't
yes.
hold that for like an hour.
No, I mean
Just
you kind of
making
did
up
it for
shit.
the
I guess I did.
episode 10. But yeah, here's the clip I can show you right now.
I look so disgusting.
It's so gross. You're more orange than you are gold.
Oh, it's the absolute worst.
Let me see.
I'm just fucking.
Well, the paint
disgusted.
definitely looked gold, so was it just like the lighting? Oh,
Picks up-
no.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put that on the screen right now.
Yeah, I'll put it on the screen for it.
Oh my god. What is that hat?
Yeah, a
The
little,
little
gold hat.
golden cowboy hat? Oh,
And we had plans to decorate that set.
Yeah.
We realized, we don't have the
Oh,
budget
this is
for
on the
this.
Fancy
No,
Wolf.
we spent all the budget on my body.
Instagram.
We did. It is, but we don't use the Fancy Wolf Instagram.
Fancy
'cause-
Wolf Instagram.
Yeah, because again, the first time we recorded Ryan Doesn't Know Movies, that was 2015. So this went
That
up
was our
in
first
September
festival.
2016.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we came up with a name
Like that day.
5 years ago.
We made it then. Because I
No,
remember we
this
made
was
it
the
that
second
didn't we?
round of them. It was pretty much almost exactly 5 years before we recorded the
Right.
Ryan movie episode 10 of the show.
Yeah.
Because it was right before the Oscars as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, then we didn't do anything with it for a long time. So if you want to go on our YouTube channel, it'll also say it was made in like 2016. Because yeah, we just made it and then didn't do anything with it.
And then
'cause we didn't have
university
anything
happened, and then we
Yeah, we tried to do it during university.
Grew
It
out
was
of
just
it.
rough. Yeah.
our schedules
For
didn't.
And then Ryan stopped. Ryan didn't like being on video anymore. And then
I
Ryan,
don't like it, but I'll do it.
yeah, but you were constantly on video in this last one. You loved
Yeah.
it. You edited it.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Just give me the fucking camera.
But yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to do more stuff like that, and we have weird plans for the future. But yeah, going off from that a little bit, something you have also been thinking about working on, Dreams.
Yeah.
Dreams. So for those who don't know, Dreams is this game that's on PlayStation 4 that's hard to describe. It's same people that made Little Big Plan, if you know what that is, where it's this platforming game.
Toy Story.
Not at all. And it's kind of the idea of that game is all of the levels that are in it can also be made by people using tools within the game. So the community has like over 1 million levels of fan-made stuff. Little Big Plan I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
They basically just released a game creation tool. Not
And
even
so with-
not even a game creation tool. It's
And
just
so
a
with
giant creation.
with Dreams,
Oh,
it
yeah.
no longer has the mechanics of Little Big Planet. They pretty much give you nothing is a set specific format. Like there's no way to describe what the gameplay of Dreams is because it's just they just give you tools to make things.
Right.
And you just play things people made.
And the campaign of the game is just like something they made with the tool.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
like
all
just higher
very
quality.
like it's hard to describe because they announced this thing 7 years ago.
Right.
And it wasn't until recently that I think about almost a year ago, the beta came out, and then people had an idea of what the game actually was.
Yeah.
Watching videos, I had no idea what it was.
No, like,
it just
they-
looked like a
they-
bunch of different games.
Yeah, and that's
But
kind of
that's what
all
it is, yeah.
It's like I don't want to say baby's first game maker because it isn't at all. There's simpler
No,
ones
it's
out there.
so intense.
It's intense and it's advanced, but it's still accessible
yeah.
and it's well thought out.
I'm
for
just getting through the tutorials right now.
So yeah, what is it you want to say about it?
I don't know. It's just so fucking cool.
Because you've been thinking about doing it. I think that
Yeah.
I don't know if Dreams is the thing you should make something in. I do think you should work on a game.
Yeah.
I think that you should, because that's another thing as well. I guess the type of content that we want to work on in the future is an idea that we've had, or I've had, and you've had as well. But what I want to do with it is I want you to write a short story. I want you to animate something for it, or like we work together to animate it into something. And then I want to get that thing into a film festival. Because Ryan writes the most fucked up, stupid stories. And they're purposely weird and dumb.
Yeah, sure.
Like the whole thing. with
Ryan's
them-
like, I thought they were serious.
well, Ryan's what was the one called? My Moment with the Rodent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boy with 8 legs.
Man, that was a
but with 8 legs.
blast.
Yeah, My Moment with the Rodent was rhyming like a Dr.
rodent.
Seuss book, but it was about a boy fucking a squirrel,
Yeah.
which is not a rodent, right?
No, I don't think so.
No. But it was like 3 pages long.
So I want something that's less
Fully rhyming.
obvious of a joke than that,
Yeah.
but I want it to be like,
Like the boy with 8 legs.
yeah, like the boy with 8 legs.
Where's the body
It's weird.
horror
We've
stuff?
yeah, but that it was more so the body horror stuff came later of like
Yeah.
me trying to take like, okay, knowing from the filmmaker angle and going to festivals, like types of words and phrases filmmakers use to describe things, or people that like film use to describe things. So even like the fucking bad Fantastic Four movie came out, and people, one of the things they praise is like, oh, there's body horror stuff. And that's not like it's a big elaborate term or something, but it's like, these are things that are actually used in serious ways.
Yeah.
So let's take something that is a dumb joke and put it through this lens so that someone who doesn't understand, someone who's never heard of a joke before will think it's serious, right?
Yeah.
And there are people like that out there. And so let's get it into a film festival where someone thinks it's just a weird Coraline type thing where it's like, oh, it looks like a children's thing, but it's creepy. And that's not it at all. And then I want to just, I just want, I know we can get into at least.
You just want like
festival.
someone serious to watch it.
That's
A
my
bunch
whole
of
thing. Is
serious
I want
people.
Ryan to make the dumbest joke that he does not take seriously, purposely make something awful, and have someone analyze it as if it's art.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's putting it into a festival that takes things seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know it's possible. And
Definitely could get it in. Even especially some like local festivals at least.
I mean, yeah, you would have to travel a little bit in order to get to one, though.
Oh, never mind. We're not doing this.
Well, no, that's why I'm just like,
No, for sure. I'll
we could
try.
just submit it.
Oh my god.
We can submit. We don't necessarily have to go and watch.
Oh, we'll go and watch.
Can't
We'll film it.
you'll go as a filmmaker? You'll wear the patches
For
as a
sure.
because it's not. You're not going to get into the Atlantic Film Festival. You're not going to get into that
Why?
Because it's big.
because
not.
there is a harder vetting process than. I mean, there's a harder vetting process that they'll be like, no, this is a fucking weird joke.
Yeah.
Lives in there. For the
That
Country
will
Music
not make it
Awards.
in there.
Not.
But you can make it to like. There's got to be one on like the Valley or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
go
a
to
small
Cav-
town
Go
that
to
has one.
Cavi, right?
I see what you mean. Maybe I
Cavendish
wouldn't.
does have a film festival.
Maybe I wouldn't want to
And I
travel.
don't. There's a chance like I've never gone there. There are good things that make it in there.
Right.
So it can't be the capital. It can't be the capital of the province.
Right.
Sure.
But a small town within a small province.
Going to like New Brunswick
It's the
somewhere.
Yarmouth.
Or you send it off to somewhere in Maine. Maine might have a film festival, and one of their
Just send it to a bunch of small film festivals.
yeah, and just see like
Yeah.
what you can. Yeah,
Definitely.
that's
I would love so much if Ryan flew to Maine to go into a film festival. Like, yeah, it's me,
I
Ryan.
vlogged the whole thing.
I'm the director.
I do something I have considered is like if you made something like this, we do like make a serious documentary about it.
That
For
would be
sure.
Just
so.
another
you,
level
You
to
talked
the
about
dumb joke.
the Smash documentary.
Yeah, I do like the idea of the Smash documentary
Yeah.
where Ryan was going to a Smash tournament.
That's
Yeah.
coming up again in May. That same
God, we
tournament.
should make something for that.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been wanting to make and maybe we will do it.
Maybe.
I don't care about talking about it on here because I just want to see it made. But what I want to do is make like a short sports documentary
Yeah.
on Ryan training for this thing because I
Yes.
really hope you like either you make it near the end
Oh, no.
or you immediately like the climax of it is like you're at the thing and like first round you're out.
I'm gonna win like
This is my hope.
1 or 2 sets, maybe.
Okay. I can't remember. I'll have to go through notes that we wrote last time for it, but I was away.
Yeah.
And so I asked you like, hey, could you go film it? And then you were busy anyway.
Yeah.
I lost both my games immediately. And I was like,
I would love to record it. Plus I was trying to see if I was hoping that you would be streamed so that I could like take
Oh.
the gameplay footage.
they only stream the good players.
That's kind of the issue. We could possibly fake footage of it.
Yeah. Yeah, if we get the Elgato going.
But yeah, I want to do that. And I want to have like, I want to really build it up as if it was a serious thing.
No, you definitely fake the footage. You just need
Smash.
Smash. You just need to film Smash and put like an overlay on it or something.
Yeah.
Easy.
Probably could do
And then make it black and white. So it's all.
Sure. Maybe we will do that. I'll have to figure out how much we might have going on at May, but I would like to.
It's the beginning of May. First weekend.
First weekend of May. Okay. I'll figure that out. What?
Oh, I was just yawning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crying?
So I want to do more stuff like that. What was the other thing that you ran out an actual topic you want to bring up?
Scouts.
Scouts.
Hold on, let me get it. Surviving in the woods. Yeah, so if we were told we had to go survive in the wilderness, if we were just dropped in the middle of nowhere, could we survive based on the stuff we learned in Scouts? Maybe not you because you weren't in full on Scouts.
No,
Were you ever
I was
full-on?
in Beavers when I was really little, and I was like, oh, this is fun.
It's like baby
You
Scouts.
get together once a week and you play games with people.
Basically.
Yeah. Sometimes you go camping.
And by camping, it was like in a lodge.
I hated wearing I always hated wearing the uniforms.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
I think when I got
I
it,
don't think I cared
when
too
I
much as a
first
kid.
got it when I was 5, like literally the first time I got it, I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
I have a fucking cool vest, like a uniform, I have a hat. And like, I think the first day I didn't care as much. It was anytime we had to go to like a Remembrance Day parade or like some other thing in public. It was like, I knew as a kid, like I look like an idiot.
So I didn't mind. I don't remember minding the Beavers one, but the second we were past Beavers and we had the sash.
Once we were at Cubs and we had the sashes and we
I
had
didn't
those
like it.
button-up shirts, those were somehow dorkier.
Well, the reason why I didn't like the sash specifically is because every time I went to put it on, it reminded me that we didn't give a shit about the badges. Because every time I go to put it on, it was like, hey, look at my sash that's made to hold about 100, and I have 3, and that's it.
I will say I like
Yeah.
the idea of badges.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff that you had to do to get them is like, fuck off. I already don't like. I liked
Yeah.
Cubs for like, oh, get together and let's go do stuff,
Yeah.
or let's go camping as a group. Like
I mean, Cubs was like that as well.
that's what I meant. That's what I'm talking about. Cubs.
Oh, I think it's Beavers. Yeah.
That's what I liked it for. I did not like all the actual organized shit because it was so fucking dorky, and I was so excited. Like, oh, let's get to one where we don't have to wear uniforms anymore. Like, let's just we all know each other outside of this thing. Let's just get together and just do shit. That's the part that I kind of wanted. But you know, I dropped out like before Scouts because I joined the swim team, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Scouts was still like
at that point.
Adventures was. Yeah.
I know that.
It was all right.
I don't know if when I was in Scouts, in Cubs, if like, I think by my last year, it's like, I enjoyed parts of it, but I don't think I wanted to keep doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys stuck through for a while because you made it onto whatever Ventures is.
Yeah. Ventures is just, well, you do 3 years of each. So after 3 years of Scouts, you do 3 years of Ventures.
What do people, we're referring to these things as their shorthand. What is Scouts?
Boy Scouts.
Like
Boy Scouts. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, those are just
God,
the age groups.
I don't think can you think of a dorkier group when you pick, like, even though we went through it and we know not everyone in there was like, God, there's a lot of kids in there also who are kind of fucking scary.
Who?
There was one kid that he seemed, when we were Cubs, seemed threatening. Like, he
I
seemed
don't
like a
remember that at
violent
all.
kid.
I mean, there was one kid that slammed Lucas's face against a table and walked away, and like
Lucas,
almost
you
broke his
might be on a
nose.
future episode of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can ask him about
Lucas,
it.
if you remember who it was, let me know.
He's
'cause I
not
don't
listening.
remember. Yeah, no.
We'll ask him when he's on.
We'll add him on Twitter.
Yeah.
Who almost broke your nose on a picnic table when you were 5?
But yeah, your actual thing of could we survive
Oh yeah.
in the
I guess
woods?
not. So not you, maybe.
No, but I still went through, like, I learned how
fair.
to make a fire and chop
Sure.
wood. But again,
Yeah.
like, it was
Do you
more
remember
just
any
like,
of that? Did someone else make?
I
the
had
fire?
no interest in, I think I was very happy. Like, I never had to do the fucking camping where we camped outside.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
I was happy with that. In the summer, I will happily do that.
Yeah.
In the winter, I have zero interest in
Winter
going.
camping was my least favorite thing I've ever.
Well, the reason why I didn't care for Ventures very much was the whole thing was the meetings are now not like once a week; they're once a month, and they're to plan for your next camping trip, which are winter only. And I was like, well, now we're no longer doing activities. Now we are no longer even hanging out because this is our one meeting, and if we don't plan now, we're going to be not prepared for our camping trip. And the camping trips are middle of the winter, out in the middle of fucking nowhere only. None of them are you arrive and essentially set up. They're all hike for a minimum of like 2 kilometers in the middle of the woods to then set up.
I mean,
So, like-
in
know,
the
just all the
winter, that's
hassle
awful.
part.
With
Yeah.
we would do similar stuff in the summer with, like, we had a big group that would go
Yeah.
outside of this, similar people, but
Yeah.
we would just go camping, and like we would for an evening. Sorry, I guess we would pack stuff into like a canoe, and like we would canoe and portage
Yeah.
for the day and then do that. But yeah, it wasn't for a period
Yeah.
of like a weekend, 2 days that you would be out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be there for 2 nights.
God, I hate that.
The feeling of going to sleep and waking up in like sub 10 degrees, like minus 20 degrees.
Because the worst thing is
the
at
worst.
least for me, anytime I'm camping, regardless of the temperature, I'm waking up damp. Like,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then when you wake up and it's minus 10
'Cause you're a
and
horny
you're
boy.
damp,
Dude, because you're in.
Wait,
this-
how old
you're
are
in
you
this
when you start?
crazy-
This is Ventures.
Ventures is like 15, 16, 17,
So you had
something
start
like
puberty.
that.
So he was
you're
having wet dreams. That's what you're.
Sure.
No, I'm because you're so bundled up. At some point, you probably got hot enough
And
to
you're in
sweat
this
in there.
giant sleeping bag that's like.
Yeah,
You have to be because it's so cold.
Yeah.
yeah.
outside.
Well, they're like down to minus 20.
What was the
rated.
one where
Yeah.
people had to
Wake up
still
and
wear
still
green vests and orange shirts and have a knife on them? Was that Scouts?
I think that was Scout.
That was Scouts.
I-
I forgot
Fuck
about
all
those.
those
yeah.
uniforms.
I hated the
Right.
Scouts uniforms.
I hated
about
all
that.
of the uniforms.
Yeah.
Cubs was the worst one. Like, if you look up, I wonder, like,
We have a picture, probably. Put that up. Check that up.
I don't have a photo. Like,
I'm sure I have
Taylor's
one.
got
somewhere.
I would have one at my parents. I don't have one. that-
Yeah, that's a good.
You got a frame picture. At least.
Here?
No, not here. Well, maybe.
I don't
If I
think
look
so.
up Cubs.
You have one right over
Oh no!
there.
If I
can
look up
see it
Cubs,
from
it's going
here.
to come up with the Chicago Cubs.
Is that Beavers though?
I don't care. It's us in the uniform.
Oh, that's
Scout
Beavers
uniform.
over there. That's.
Yeah.
I'm going to look up Scout Cubs and see what comes up. Scouts Cubs uniforms was one of the first things. Oh, yeah, ours aren't as bad as some of these.
Yeah, we actually didn't go like full on hard.
No, but
I
you
wasn't
look at some
fully
of these. These look like fucking Hitler Youth, though. Look at some of these guys. I forgot about the neck part.
Yeah, the neck thing was the worst.
God, so fucking.
looking for right there. There we are. It's not gonna focus.
If it's on autofocus, that might fuck us up. Okay.
Nice.
That was us and Beavers.
Now that wasn't Cameron there.
No,
I'm not in that one. No, I'm not in that one.
no. Ryan and I were in it, but the third person was not Cameron.
Yeah.
You have to blur his face out.
Yeah, we can get his permission.
God, yeah. So could we survive?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The question.
So what was that? What's the situation you're setting up?
Yeah, are you talking like, can we sleep through
Yeah.
the night if it's -10, or are you talking like, can we survive a week out there in the middle of the summer? Like,
Survivor Man.
a couple days until rescue comes.
but
couple of days,
But like,
yeah.
what
guess.
season is it though?
I guess at that point you just sit there.
Yeah, no. But what season is it? Because if it's winter, you actually have to do something.
I'll say summer.
Oh well, then yeah, just stand outside, like stand
fine.
still.
Well, yeah,
for 3
but
days
even
straight.
in the winter, if I had to, I know that with what I have on, like, do I have a jacket?
Yeah.
I can make it. I'll find a bunch of leaves and bark and shit and twigs and whatever, and just cover myself.
We'll say a week. So you have to do
week?
something.
A week.
Okay.
Because then it's like I have to find food and water.
You have to find food and water.
Yeah. 3 days or something.
At one camp, they taught us how to make snares.
Really? I don't remember that.
I was not around for that.
Also, I'm assuming you didn't drop me with the supplies for snares, so it's not like that.
We'll say no.
Useful info.
We'll say you have a knife. Sure.
I have a knife. Well,
God, yeah, they taught.
Okay.
Man, we had to fucking walk around with like
Can hunt
compasses
squirrel.
on us and knives and shit. That like, man, is there any kid growing up that ever had a compass and a knife on them that was cool?
the three of us.
I didn't. No, I guess I had the compass. I never would have probably had a knife.
I still don't really know
would
how
have
to
had a
use a
fear of
compass.
knives. I don't really know how to use a knife.
You were taught so many times how to use that.
I remember this
compass.
one hike where all we did was just like compass things.
I mean,
How do you
it,
not
it
remember
always
that?
points. You hold it flat and it always points north.
What do I do with that?
No, but how to get
information?
bearings with like a compass that you actually rotate. Do you know
Like,
what
how
I'm
do
talking
you
about?
use a compass?
What do you mean by that?
Like there's the compass, but essentially like there's the actual like I don't know the actual terminology, but the arrows that are pointing, and then there's the degrees, like that circle that has all the degrees on it.
Right.
There's ones where you can rotate those, and that's how you get an actual bearing.
I would figure it out with a map as well. On my own, I would be like, I don't know how to fucking.
I mean, even if you just had a basic compass that only points north, you could still figure it out.
Yeah.
It would just be less accurate.
I think I just use the north, and I just like, okay, north's over there, so I'm gonna base all my direction shit off of this.
Kind of all I would know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be close enough.
You could kind of get somewhere.
I mean,
with
if the
that.
things you were going
need a
towards were big
map
enough.
in order to know, like,
Yeah.
all right, and I would have to know where I am on the.
I was
map.
gonna say that's the biggest
yeah.
thing is like having a map and a compass is great and all, but if you have no idea where you are on it, it literally.
I would
means
hope they
nothing.
would put landmarks on the map. Just hope for the best from there.
Yeah, because I remember.
I'm so even maps like when you look at like a street map, that's fine. But like when you look at a map of just woods and it's just like, okay, here's a general shape of like, here's some water curves like this at this point.
Yeah.
This could be here. It's like, no, it's just
Yeah.
it's this random spot over here. Like I wouldn't have a sense of scale for the map either.
Yeah. Well, I remember my dad telling me about a challenge that Tony did one time where they had to like find all these main like landmarks in the middle of the woods, and it was a challenge. You had like 20 hours to do it, and you just went straight. And he was just like, yeah, it didn't really matter that we had a compass and a map because half the time you couldn't tell where you were on it. And it's like, you know, everyone always just thinks, oh, if you have those things and you're lost in the woods, you're fine. Well, it's like, well, no, it's not Google Maps. It doesn't tell you where you are.
I guess we
on
have
it, you know?
phones now.
We do, but
Well,
even
you
when we
might
go
not
when we
have
would go
service.
camping, yeah, we didn't always have service.
That's true.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of times that we were in the woods and there was no service.
Yeah,
And then I remember one time Lucas being like, he was just an ad for Bell Alliance at the time, or was it Telus? He was one for one of them. He was like, "Oh yeah, here I am with my 4 bars of cell service, thanks to you by Bell Alliance." Like as we were like 6K into the woods, he just kept preaching it the whole time.
So, are we trying to get out of the woods or waiting for someone
Survive
to get
for
us?
rescue.
Survive for rescue.
I think we
So,
would all survive.
How long
but
does
barely.
Survivor Man stay out there? Did he stay out for a week?
I think he does a week.
Then I would be fucked. That guy sometimes looks like he barely makes it to the
Yeah.
end.
But I
I
feel
would
like
be
if you just stay in one spot Find something. Find something.
What to eat?
He said
bark.
he said winter, so just drink
No, I said
water.
summer. I said summer.
Oh, it's summer now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Okay,
Either one.
okay, either way, what do we do?
I'm indecisive.
Just drink some dirty pond water and hope you don't get diarrhea.
It's true.
And then just live off water.
But if you do, then that shortens the time that you can get by.
yeah, so just don't.
All right.
What are you gonna eat? Tree bark, I guess.
Well, you don't have to eat for
What-
if you're it's
what
only a week.
can-
I'll eat grass. Can you eat grass?
See, yeah.
I mean, like
God.
technically.
Think about this shit. We were like, I was in this whole thing for 6 years, maybe if I include Cubs and whatever. Or I dropped out in grade 5.
Yeah.
So I was 11 when I dropped out. So maybe it was in 6 years ish. Maybe I made it halfway through the last year. You guys were in it for how long?
Like 10 years probably.
I was a bit
Only
less.
10?
I don't know.
How long were you in?
I skipped beavers.
Oh, maybe 11 then.
We have a photo of you in Beavers.
I skipped cubs. I skipped one of them.
I skipped beavers as I
I skipped one of them.
Right.
I think I was in beavers. Yeah, because I think I was gone when
You
cubs
think you were in
happened.
it. Again, we have photo evidence
Yeah,
of you
yeah,
where you were
yeah.
in
'Cause
it.
I remember the beaver tail on my hat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
that's why
Yeah,
when you
okay.
first get it, when you're 5, it's like, oh, this
it's
shit's cool.
cool
There's a
as
bird
shit.
beaver tail on my hat.
Yeah.
And then you have to wear it in public. It's like, I look like this reminds me of a story of, see, you don't have the context when you first get something as a kid to wear. It's like, oh, I am fucking badass.
Yeah.
Like, I got my older cousins hand me down, like, Scooby-Doo costume. I was like, I look fucking cool. It's like, my aunt was coming in at the airport. It's like, yeah, I'll go when we go to pick her up, I'm going to wear the Scooby-Doo costume. Gets to the airport, it's like, I feel like a fucking idiot. Dressed as Scooby-Doo. And that's what it was with, like, beavers, but I only took one time to wear it somewhere. And then it's like, this is not cool.
Well, Ryan, I think you were there when we had a meeting one time where they took us throughout Shuby Park and pointed out from a book common plants that grow around and which are and aren't edible. And that's why I learned you
Sounds
could eat
kind of familiar.
you could eat the greens off of weeds. You can't eat the actual head of the weed.
See,
All right.
here's the thing that, like,
a
I
couple
feel
of
bad about, because there's a lot of people that volunteered a lot of time.
Yeah.
I was only interested because they were interested.
Right.
They explained stuff in a way where they made it interesting.
Yeah.
The subject matter on its own, I did not give a shit. I did not give a shit about. So anything they said, like, it would be as long as I remembered it, but I was not going to read a book
Yeah. Yeah.
that was related to it, right? So
Nice to just goof around too.
yeah, that's what I
Go and
enjoyed it
goof
for.
around with
Like,
all my guys.
I enjoyed actual activities and stuff like that. But yeah, God, I'm so glad it's over.
Oh, you know what I was told recently actually about I think it was this happened at Cubs, which was, you guys remember how my grandmother used to make like dozens and dozens of cookies for us and we'd take them on our trips, our camp trips. So apparently after we came back from one of them, my grandmother asked like, Taylor, like, how was your trip? Did you guys get to eat lots of those cookies? And I was like, the trip was good, but I didn't really get to have any of the cookies because the cook ate them all. And they were referring to Kermit.
Did he eat
He was the cook, and he ate apparently like half of the cookies meant for everybody.
dudes and he ate that many cookies? Didn't dude like run a
He
marathon?
does marathons, like multiple.
Wow.
Yeah. So like, I don't know if he actually ate that many. But apparently, he ate a disproportionate large amount to the point that the kids noticed, even though we didn't know how many we brought. Like we all noticed, like, hey, there was definitely supposed to be more than this. And my grandmother was like, I'm never making them for the Cubs again. And my dad had to like convince her that he won't do that again because it was like it was for the kids, and this fucking adult in the kitchen that's supposed to cook for them ate them all.
The yeah, remember those cookies? Those were good.
Yeah.
Still good.
Yeah, I saved one from something. Wherever you last had them, I saved one, but I gave it away.
New Year's.
Must have been.
Yeah. Would have been years.
Yeah. I'm playing with these toys that we have on the table. I realized this cheetah is hollow and the polar bear isn't.
That's a weird thing to notice.
Oh, I was squeezing the cheetah. It's just
Oh, okay.
playing around with it. I start squeezing. It's like, oh, its stomach's empty.
Oh.
I think the bears are all. I think the
they're
cheetah is the only one.
Bear's
That's hollow? That doesn't feel hollow.
This is hollow. Look, it has give. It wouldn't have give if it wasn't hollow.
Feel that. Feel how
Oh,
hollow.
I mean that's just like rubber. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like nothing in there. But yeah, back to the actual topic of could we survive? Like, if I had to go long enough that I would have to eat, I couldn't.
It wouldn't be
For water,
luxurious.
it's a chance. For the water, it's literally if the water I come across is good. and that is it.
Just wait to see if a deer drinks out of the river, and if it doesn't fall over dead.
Yeah, but that's the thing as well, is I think if I see an animal, I might avoid it.
You avoid a deer?
Yeah, because I think my logic once I get out there is like, God, what if this thing hits me?
And I can't start a fire either to cook that meat.
Well, the other thing is as well is like, if there's a deer around,
You think you're gonna get a kill?
if there's deer around, does that mean there's
You.
prey around to get the deer?
No, probably not. Deers are spooked very
Probably
easily.
not. On
Also-
bears, maybe. Here.
Yeah, could I get a bear to like? Would a bear attack me?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Didn't you learn anything from Scouts?
No,
Could attack you.
I wasn't in Scouts.
Well, there's certain bears you're supposed to play dead, and other ones you're supposed to make a lot of noise around. I don't remember which is. I think like black bears are supposed to make noise, brown bears are supposed to play dead.
50-50, take a chance.
Yeah.
God, I am. That's one of those things. I'm just glad it's over. It's the same thing as like when I think back on like school for the most part, like homework,
Yeah.
and every time like I'll wake up sometimes and be like, do you guys ever have like not necessarily dreams of something being due, but like that feeling of something being due? And it's like, right,
Yeah.
I'm not in school.
Yeah. Still. Coming up, I'm out of school for like 8 months now, and I still
I've
think
been out
that.
for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
And I still get it. You've been out for a year and a half.
Yeah.
This was my first Christmas
really.
break that I haven't been
get that
super
feeling?
stressed about.
Oh.
school.
It happened. It's happened a handful of times.
I never really had that feeling.
I always had it. It was
I guess I
just-
did, but only like the 2 days before.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of the feeling I got.
I didn't. I just put it all on the back burner. Living large, baby.
So does Shauna hate that since she always does things so proactively, and you were procrastinating?
Yeah, she absolutely hated my habits.
Work ethic.
My school habits.
Yeah. Perfect.
How do you find that bubbly? The
Tastes like shit.
Really?
No, I liked it a lot. Actually.
yeah, on ice, it's really good.
Yeah. On the rocks. I like my.
Say on ice. I mean, when it's cold. Yeah. Did we find out what that animal actually is?
I think it is an elephant.
Yes. Ryan almost tried to cheat his way into.
Ryan did try to cheat his way.
To be fair, it looks a lot like an anteater until you see.
Until
that
you
it's
look
not.
at either end of it.
it.
When you look in the middle, it could be an anteater.
It's got a real thick body. Hold on,
me
let
see
me
his
let me
head.
squeeze it out.
Yeah. Okay. Let me.
Real wet.
Yeah. Quit trying to morph it into something else.
Look, it's an anteater.
That's so clearly an elephant.
Yeah, now it is.
me
Now
see.
it is.
Oh my god, yeah.
It had
That's
a
what I was
thin old
saying, it
body
was an elephant.
before.
The body wasn't the problem. The weird thing was that they made the elephant ear so small.
Yeah, because then it looked like an anteater ear.
And did Ryan tear it there? Or is that supposed to be the mouth?
Let me see.
Oh, that's the mouth. Where you thought he tore it was the mouth.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh. Put that detail in?
Hell yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, it looks like an anteater if you don't pay attention.
We already
to
had
the
an
fact that it
elephant.
has
When you
ears or that
assume the
its body's
tail
very
has to
thick.
be the face because
Yeah.
Also, look how much wider the body
Yeah, I
is
did,
on
didn't I?
the elephant versus the anteater. Obviously, it's not that strong.
Well, it was
of an
thinner
anteater.
before.
Yeah,
Shut
yeah.
the fuck up.
It was flatter. How could it be thinner?
This is our first duplicate on the show. We should
it?
celebrate.
so we should stop
We had
guessing.
an elephant like two.
I'm never
episodes
guessing
ago.
elephant again then, because if we have 2 elephants so far, chances are we're not
That's
getting
card
another one.
counting.
Yeah,
Card.
This
Yeah,
card
that's
count.
how that works. Yeah.
God, I just want to get through this thing already.
Get through the package. I'll go buy more. I don't care.
Cameron hates this.
I just hate this segment because we've heard not one person mention this segment.
That's true. I don't even get engagements in my tweets
Yeah.
about them.
Ryan tweets it out every week, and
Yeah.
no one seems interested in these fucking grow
So if
capsules.
you want more grow capsules after we're out of this one, let me know.
I
on
think
Twitter.
Ryan should see that was something that like it's very difficult to do videos as a joke where you did the BuzzFeed style top 10 list as a joke. I thought, oh, it'd be funny if Ryan did a like unboxing and review of these grow capsules. You look it up, they exist.
For sure.
People doing it seriously, and it's like, why?
Is it still a joke if I do it?
No, it's not, because like what do you like the joke is if you take it seriously.
True.
But people take it seriously.
not a
Like
joke anymore.
it's not a
Yeah.
joke because it exists.
That's weird.
Yeah. It makes it difficult to do that kind of stuff sometimes. Yeah. Do we want to go with another topic or do we want to
We're at an hour.
hour? So it's up to you guys. We can try the debate topic. I'm not as tired as I thought it would be, or we can
Should probably cut it.
Probably
Like an
cut
hour
it,
is a
so-
good length.
yeah, okay. That
Well,
means we're
when did you start recording them? Because I started recording like well.
It's an hour 8. And
Oh, okay, so about an hour then. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. That means we're moving on to our final segment of Fancy Wolf's Hall of Fame, where each week we come and get together. And I was gonna say come together, but I was after coming. I was like, well, we're doing it here. We come together and any of us just bring a random thing to the table for us to debate whether it gets into our Hall of Fame.
Well, it's not a random thing. It's something worthy, potentially worthy of the Hall of Fame.
Nobody would
ever
a random
suggest
thing
anything.
because many things have been suggested that have not made it in.
Oh,
How many
episode-
things do we have in there?
Last episode, I got Minecraft Steve for Smash. In the Hall
Sean
of
and I
Fame.
were not up for
Oh,
really
I see.
arguing with it. It's like, sure, the idea of Minecraft Steve making it into Smash sounds great.
We have 6 things in there right now.
Okay. What are they?
Oh, Emily's Away the Game.
Yep.
Raccoons.
You're missing one. But keep going.
Justice the Cat. At Brewer Largent.
Oh yeah.
Tony Hawk. And Minecraft Steve and Smash.
You're missing Russell Crowe.
Oh, of course. From
From the Valentine's Day
Valentine's
episode,
Yep.
right?
Which technically should go before Minecraft Steve one. Because that episode aired before the...
True.
Yeah.
Good on you. Good on you.
Dude, you're
I wasn't going to forget about Russell Crowe. The funny thing is...
It was
like,
him in
Oh, yeah, so that was
2005
another
Cinderella.
one where you didn't know that we were setting you up for that thing.
no.
Because
No, I did
part of
not.
the
Yeah.
thing in general was I was like, oh, let's do multiple things. The Price is Right thing will be one thing. Another one will be trivia based on opinions or only things I would know.
Yeah.
And then we end up cutting that, and because it was like we know this will frustrate the hell out of Taylor. And then it's like, let's have this thing at the end that's something related to Taylor, but he gets it wrong, and you get the exact wording right for something so obscure.
I didn't know anything else.
You originally said you were going to put into the Hall of Fame. I didn't mention later because you ended up saying you're putting Russell Crowe in.
Yeah, I completely blank.
You originally said you're going to put yourself in.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which I thought would have been good. Because that was the only times that we can get stuff in without debating is, I guess, that one time where if we guess one of these grow capsules.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now I have to put something in because it's my turn this week.
All right.
And I haven't thought of anything, so I'm going to start just talking until I can figure it out.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. God, have I not gotten one in so far?
You've gotten
Gotten in like 2 or 3.
you've gotten 3 in out of our 7.
That's why it's like, fuck, I don't want to mess this up then.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Well, the early bird eats the worm.
What? Okay. I'm really thinking now.
Me and Taylor can talk while you think.
Yeah, you guys can talk because I'm looking around the room trying to see what I can spot.
All right, Taylor. This all
Taylor's fucking text in the middle of the show.
Yeah, it's Sammy.
Okay.
It's nothing yet.
Let's see. God, I'm looking across the street. I'm reading right now H&R Block. Oh, my soul.
I'll tell a funny story.
okay.
All this talk of this beaver's cap with the tail on the back got me thinking of when I was real young. I had this little tail thing that I used to have. You could put in the back of your pants,
I just came up.
What?
and it was a big old tail. And my grandma used to work at the university, and she took me there one day, and I had my tail, and I loved it, and I was flaunting it around. And I went in front of the library, and it was big glass windows, and I just sat there in front of the glass windows, shaking my ass at the windows, and apparently there was a bunch of students in there. She said they're all looking at me, and I was like waving at them, and then I like shake my tail at them.
Oh my god.
I loved it. I was like 3 or 4.
Oh wow.
Great, my little fake tail.
Yeah, I just thought of one.
Just quick thing. Does that
Oh.
make you like a furry?
I used to be when I was
I'm
3 or
worried
4.
Shauna's pitched this one before, but I don't think she.
Just hit us with it.
Oh,
Okay. You're in elementary school or junior high.
Okay.
It's this time of the year.
Okay.
Your parents send you off. You get $10, $20. You head into the library.
Okay.
And you can spend your money on whatever the fuck you want because it's the Scholastic Book Fair. You can go in, you can get all those, like, you can buy books if you want.
Okay.
But it's like, this is the time of the year where your pencil box, instead of just having boring shit in it, you get to choose, like, am I going to have some crazy erasers? Am I going to have a pencil that's just made of eraser?
am I gonna have slime?
Am I going to have slime? Am I going to have all kinds of things that aren't related to school? Or is this the one place I'm going to be able to buy posters for my room?
Okay.
Where all these kids, like, where did you know, I know you and your room had growing up, like, those posters of, like, cars on your wall.
Yeah.
Did those come from the Scholastic Book
No.
Fair? Because that's where most kids growing up that had posters on their wall.
My dad just like got them from work.
This is pretty much where this is the one time a year as a kid where you got to spend your money however you wanted without any adult supervision.
I don't even remember there being posters there, but I do remember the Scholastic Book Fair.
They definitely did. I remember getting like Diary of a Wimpy Kid books.
Geronimo Stilton.
Anything that you wanted, like it was just free.
That's
for
where I
all.
got Calvin and Hobbes books. That's where I got the majority of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I would always I would try and get books, but it's like, okay, I'm gonna buy some cool shit. I want.
My mom talked me out of getting a little electronic to-do planner or something.
Right. One of the ones that I liked
Said it
is
could
they
do
had
so
these
many
things that they were also in the flyers, the Scholastic flyers that went around, where it was like they would always have like gadgets and shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, they had spy gear and shit.
It's things that it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you have two devices and they can text each other.
Yeah, they had pencils that could text each other,
Yeah.
which I don't know how that worked because there's no way they fit a whole keyboard on the end of a pencil. So I don't know how you wrote, but you could.
Oh, you're just right. It's a pencil, you idiot.
No, not like that. You fuck.
So what do you guys think of the Scholastic Book Fair?
Okay. I don't have anything wrong with it, I guess.
It was a hype time.
Like I definitely at the time when I went to it, there was definitely nothing wrong with it. I don't think as an adult if I have any critiques.
I love it.
really.
You love it, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause it was great.
It was one of my favorite memories of elementary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good every year.
Yeah.
I was debating between that, the flyer, and school assemblies.
School assembly. Oh, just
school-
because you got out of class?
It was a mix of like you got out of class and I'll just say it now, there was nothing fucking better than an assembly that led to the teacher getting mad when you went back to class.
Yeah, because everyone stopped talking.
If the teacher, when you got back to class and they were like, you were out there representing Miss blah blah blah's grade 5 class, blah blah blah. Like, I guess it was more junior high.
As if you're supposed to take pride in that.
Yeah, like it was. I guess it was more like, yeah.
Yeah,
Like, it
it's
wasn't
like,
even
I
your
don't
school.
care.
I guess sometimes it was your school whenever there was a guest coming in.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah.
more junior high where it would happen, I guess.
Yeah,
In elementary school, you still kind of,
yeah.
your brain wasn't broken.
Because you weren't a teen or
teen.
preteen yet.
You're still preteen like we are currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then, oh my god, I loved those things. Like, you knew it was going to happen when you got back. You knew you would have to pay the consequences, but it was so good when, like, there was a guest that would come in for the assembly, and everyone universally was like, this person's fucking lame.
You're in a room of like 400 very, very early age teenagers and preteens.
Who aren't paying attention in school, and when they don't have to be in class, they're not going to pay more attention.
Yeah, they don't care at all about what you have to say.
God, I don't think I had more fun in junior high than in assembly where...
I guess junior high assemblies I enjoyed because they also had seats. I hated elementary ones because they always made us sit on the floor and it was so uncomfortable.
We had to sit on the floor in some of the junior high ones, I
I
think.
didn't like those ones.
Only some of them, though.
I have a bony ass and it was uncomfortable to sit on a hardwood
For me, it
floor.
was my back.
Yeah, that too.
You have to kind of lean forward or it's just sit up straight
Yeah.
while you're cross-legged. You can't really do that for like 2 hours
Yeah,
sometimes.
that was annoying.
I was fine. I was a flexible young man.
For the Scholastic Book Fair, though, that didn't give me back pain or butt
No,
pain.
Scholastic
so-
Book Fair was...
And the flyer, looking through the flyer, it was
Yeah.
the best thing.
Yeah. I feel like the closest we've gotten is when at Dalhousie, they would have the poster fair come by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodbye posters. I had a Gambino poster that I bought in first year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's still up in my... I think it's up in my brother's room now since I moved out.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you guys think? Scholastic Book Fair make it in?
I'd say so.
That's an easy in for me.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Cool.
If anyone didn't like that, they probably were just illiterate or something.
Remember that domino guy that came to elementary one time?
Yep.
Yeah, he was cool.
He was
Elementary
cool.
school had some dope ones.
They did.
Sometimes they had like...
Because they would do
There's a
touring.
lot that are really
Different
fucking
elementary
lame that would come in.
Yeah.
And then there was some that came in and it's like, oh, this person's cool. Like, the best ones were ones where you thought they were going to be lame and they turned out to be fucking cool.
Yeah.
Those didn't happen in junior high.
No.
Even high school was like... Didn't they have this guy named Sticks?
Yes, they did have
They had a
Sticks.
Sticks was
drummer.
high school.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And he was a little drummer
Sticks
guy.
showed up at our junior high and then showed up at our high school, I
Oh,
think.
did he?
I
Okay.
think that's what it was because we were... Or maybe...
I just remember it was grade
You know
11
what?
because
No,
our
this is
principal
what it was.
followed us and he was like, I got to be cool in front of them all. Put the blow up man on top of the roof.
Yeah,
of the high
I was
school
going to
and
get to
got
that. I was
sticks.
remembering him.
Yeah.
What's that thing that Nova Scotia holiday every year?
The one that just happened?
No. It's in like August.
Oh.
Natal Day.
Natal Day. Yeah.
Mm.
So the Natal Day like thing that goes on downtown Like
Oh
Halifax
yeah,
and
he
Dartmouth.
was there. Yeah,
He was
yeah.
there because that was the first time that
right.
I think that was probably the first time I drank. Is where we saw him there.
Yes.
And they
Weren't you 18?
wasn't I 18? I was 16.
Right.
And Ryan had drank before then.
Right.
No.
I don't know when you drank. When was the first time you drank?
Ryan drank the beginning of that summer.
Was it the beginning of the summer? Yeah. It was like I had drank stuff before then. That was the first time I ever got drunk.
Yeah, because you chugged a bottle of vodka.
Yeah.
Didn't affect
And then I had land training the next morning and swim practice. That sucked. That fucking sucked.
I just remember on the drive home, you kept like just reading street signs and like
I
somehow
still
making
do
them
that. I do that when I'm
relevant.
sober.
Like you would bring
Maybe
them into
not around you guys,
conversation.
but one of our friends who's we know has gotten mad at me for reading street signs. But yeah, no. And then you were at our old friend Sean's that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I almost didn't go because my mom was so paranoid. Like, God, it was like the second day I'd ever drank once. Suddenly she was paranoid all the time, even though she didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
To the point of that's why I never drank. I think like
Yeah. Well, I remember Ryan's logic was somebody had accidentally spilt a tiny bit of beer on like your pants. So Ryan was like, "Oh, great. Well, you smell like alcohol now, so you can just get wasted.
Right.
It's fine." And you were like, "Not really, Ryan. I don't think that's how that works."
We can talk about this in another episode.
we can
It seems like a vast topic.
actual topic. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we got the. How did we get to this point though?
Scholastic Book Fair.
Scholastic book. No.
Talk about elementary
No, but sticks.
sticks.
I want to talk about that briefly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that from our past episode where Shauna's second episode. That was episode 9.
9, I think.
Episode 9, we talked a little bit about that junior high principal that followed us to high school when we were there. He showed up in grade 11. This is not something that happened when we first got there in grade 10. This was not something that happened when we got there in grade 12. His first day, when we were in grade 11, he paid for an inflatable waving arm man on top of the school. I think 2 of them. And we got in there, and he had hired this guy named Sticks, that
A local drummer.
Yep, a local drummer to perform. And it was supposed to be a welcoming thing for the students, but it didn't happen when we were in our first or last year of there. So it was very clearly, no, this is for his first day. This is his welcome thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or he blew his whole budget and realized he couldn't do that next year.
Man, because I remember like there's so many weird budget things that they had at the school where it's like in junior high, they had that bake sale where they were raising money for something. And it's like, oh, these 2 people raised the most money and they didn't raise that much money. He bought a money machine. He brought a money machine into the school.
Oh,
and however
yeah.
much money they could keep. It's like you just raised money through a bake sale. You didn't even get they could have blown it.
Yeah.
And they probably did based on how much it costs to rent a money machine.
That thing is expensive.
I assume so.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one any other time besides like some TV game show.
Yeah. For reference, it was basically just this like container you get in that's transparent, and there's a bunch of money inside it.
That
It was like
flies around.
Yeah, so it was basically just like a leaf blower that blew into it, so it would just circulate the air. So it made the money fly around in the air, and the person had to grab the money out of the air.
They did that with some kids in junior high. He was so fucking weird.
Yeah, that
anyway,
was weird.
so yeah, we vote Scholastic Book Fair in.
Yeah.
Cool. We can drink to that then. We don't have our champagne flutes we've been using. We never think to do it anymore, but I don't know how many times we've actually done that. Considering how many was that number 7 in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've
Well,
done
number 8, counting Russell Crowe.
counting Russell Crowe. So we've done this is episode 12. We've done 13 episodes.
Oh, yeah.
In total, if we count the Valentine's Day one, and so only 5 that haven't gotten in there.
Yeah.
And
I'm
if we
writing
count
down the failed
first,
ones.
The first 2 episodes we recorded that didn't go live because of issues. One of those got in, and one of those didn't. So we're doing all right. Is that your cat?
Yeah, he just wants attention.
Might have picked it up on the mic.
Maybe.
if you
I am
put that
tired.
down.
I'm
to
glad
get
we didn't do that
attention.
last topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm very tired.
Yeah, I
I'm
knew.
beginning to crash.
I always save like at least 20 minutes for the Hall of Fame. Or at max 20 minutes.
Cool. Yeah, so that was our 12th episode of Important Business, our pre-teen episode. Next week we'll be back for our first teen episode where we'll become teens, we'll hit puberty, and we'll find out what happens to us then.
Until next time.
No.
I'm kidding.
I've been your host, Cameron Kennedy. You can find me on Twitter at Cameron Ken. I've been joined by my co-host Taylor Robinson, who you can find at.
That wasn't
Taylor A. Robinson.
We did it at the start.
I know.
Yeah. You guys also, I did notice in the Valentine's Day episode when we refilmed the closing, you guys did say your things to the camera of like, hi. You both said hi.
Yeah. And then we laughed about it because we realized we did it.
We've also been joined by our other co-host, Ryan Koliakovo.
Hi.
You can find at...
Who you can find at Real Joke Master on Twitter.
Right. Okay. We post every Thursday morning.
Train wreck.
In video form at fancywolf.com. You can also find us on podcast services, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. But until next time, it's been a pleasure doing business with you.
And
Also with you.